laws. We have like, so like we have all these laws. We have like Babylon law books, government law books that are like this big, with like paragraphs and sections and all of these things. And the majority of a lot of those laws are literally like, oh, don't steal, don't kill, you'll get this punishment, like individual small crimes. While the Bible. Like we have. So like we have all these laws. Only your power inside of me, oh God, I know you can feel it. Only your power inside of me, oh God, I know you can feel it, feel it. Holy Sacrament. Blessings to the Most High. Thank you, Omnipresence. Thank you, Divine Spark. Thank you, Life Force. Thank you, Grace. Thank God's love. Thank selflessness. Thank generosity. Thank giving and receiving and the laws of God, mate. What you doing, nigga? I'm So you're not the right colour to say that. I exposed you on my Instagram story, but you're gonna get cancelled. They're gonna be turning up at your door with loads of them. Yeah, I'm just fucking. I didn't put like nothing on my story. I see Ola. Before you can talk about payments, you came in the game with entitlement. That's why you walking around feeling jaded. 10,000 hours the prerequisite for the mastery before you make it. Heaven on earth I'm creating. Living your dream is amazing. Yeah. Infinite gratitude, everybody in my life. Thank you, everyone, mate. You are all amazing. So many people have helped me so much recently. Couldn't have done it without you guys, without my friends to uplift me. It's only on the way up, mate. I recommend you guys stick around, you know, because it's all elevating when you get into alignment, mate. When you put your ego in check and you care about truth, bro. There's endless stuff out here, fam, waiting to be seen. Yes, yes, people, what we saying, man, is out here at the Nature Powerhouse. Mr. Nature invited me over here, but I manifested this to an extent, right? Because basically, my story in a nutshell at the minute is I was just a stupid kid. I didn't know fuck all, basically. I was just fucking socially engineered. I was culturally conditioned, going to school, eating garbage, didn't know fuck all. And then I found these amazing. Well, basically, a rapper. I was on the way to school, and a rapper started he reeled me into this scheme where, like, he made me like his tunes because he tried to be relatable and cool to the youth, and then the youth starts listening, and then he's like, right, listen, youth, wake the fuck up, mate, because your school is full of shit, and society can be very dark, mate. So I started researching it with this guy because I intuited what he was on about, and he started talking about next level stuff that immediately clicked on my intuition, such as psychedelics, health, meditation, breathwork. I started following the breadcrumb trail of this rapper. I made a video about it. It was called Mr. Traumatic Saved My Life. He actually shared it to his story when I emailed it to him like 2 years ago. And yeah, so I started taking the magic mushrooms, and I started listening to this rapper, and I started following the leads that he was like directing me down. I started following these maps, basically. But yeah, it weren't just about the magic mushrooms and that. There's loads of spiritual practices, yoga, exercise. I was getting really into personal development and loads of teachers on the internet. And one of them basically ended up being this old boy. And his missus, Miss Sunshine, and that's why it's relevant. It's basically like, so this rapper like was the first time I was ever introduced to any of these ideas. Mr. Traumatic, he just started talking about this shit, and it just clicked with my intuition for whatever reason. So I continued to research and found like-minded people, and say Mr. Nature in there, he also knows the same rapper. And I actually met a lot of friends through the rapper, so like, because this rapper Traumatic shared my video, I made, a few people actually clicked on that and found that I was local. So because I made the YouTube video, people reached out to me, and I met a few people physically, and that created leeway to meet more people. So there's that. But then, say with Rob, Mr. Nature, I ended up just looking on YouTube. I think his missus, his girlfriend, Miss Sunshine, who's also here, she ended up coming up on YouTube because she was picking magic mushrooms in Britain, and I looked at her channel, and then I found her boyfriend through the channel, Mr. Nature, and I reached out to them. I was like, your guys' lifestyle looks so cool, because they were traveling loads, and they were in all sorts of places like this, and they just travel, and up to always crazy stuff, just like similar nature, kind of to Dakota of Earth, just traveling, seeing cool places, doing cool things. And they were living like on and off, like in forms of like eco-villages or rainbow gatherings and things, where like sometimes they travel with faith, and they end up staying at all sorts of different houses. And I just saw them document this on their YouTube channel. They were living in the mountains for free. That was the main thing, was like, that's what it was for me, yeah, because I heard them say they're living for free, and I was like, what do you mean you're living for free? They were growing weed on the top of this mountain, and they had like loads of plants. Like, for example, yeah, there's loads of mango trees, see, and they're growing marijuana. There's olive trees, there's fig trees, and so that was the main thing, is when I heard them say that they live for free on a mountain. I was like, what do you mean you live for free? So get this, because this is a cool story. The reason why I was so interested in them living for free is because since I was 16 years old, I found myself in what they call wage slavery, where I didn't really like school very much, and I understand why, because I don't resonate with school. School needs to evolve and is toxic, and they actually teach lies. There's financial incentives and government control incentives built into the education system, forms of indoctrination and mind control. They only teach you what, you know. The education system is not awfully fond of teaching sovereignty type things, because the education system relies on taxes, etc., and taxes wouldn't really happen like that if there was sovereignty, to an extent. Anyway, I'm going off. But yeah, the reason why this was so interesting, because I was a wage slave, so it really stuck out to me, the fact that they were like kind of living for free. So I reached out to them, and I was also starting my own YouTube channel, like as I was getting all into this awakening stuff, and that's really what it was, is I was taking these mind expanding plants that like cause neurogenesis, and I was meditating, doing breath work, and different like plant medicines, herbal teas, etc., changing my health and my diet, and researching like a lot of philosophy, being very intrinsically passionate and motivated about philosophy and the nature of reality. I'd always been a natural existentialist. But yeah, I just started, it was super interesting to me, their lifestyle. As this rapper that introduced me to all this and stuff as well, he was speaking about how society is like, we're all like slaves to an extent, and we are, because everyone's trapped in jobs that they hate. So yeah, I just reached out to them, and I done a podcast with Mr. Nature, and I done a podcast with Miss Sunshine. They are about 2 years old now. I recently uploaded them on my YouTube again, so if you want to find the 2-year-old podcast, the first time I ever spoke to any of these two is uploaded on my YouTube now. I recently re-uploaded them because YouTube keeps terminating my channel, similar to what I was talking about with the financial incentives of the education system. Is the media is controlled by financial incentives. Science is controlled by what will make a profit to an extent. There's like hidden survival agendas, parasitic beings, greedy beings that feed through the loopholes of the systems, where, you know, science is not going to pursue what will not turn a profit if financial incentive is the motive. But yeah, I reached out to them. I done a podcast with both of them initially, and then I continued to speak to Mr. Nature more prevalently than Miss Sunshine for the most part, and me and Mr. Nature probably have like 10 hours of like metaphysical conversation on the internet, where we just go back and forth. Things of this nature, the divine romance, like this is some next level scripture stuff. This is by Yogananda. We were just reading this around the table. Ola was reading this, Miss Sunshine was reading this, and it's just endless wisdom, endless knowledge, awakening business, and it's so real. And I feel bad for the people in Babylon, to be fair. Anyway, they invited me here, so Mr. Nature, Miss Sunshine, eventually, after speaking to them for a long time, they invited me here. And where is here? I'm in Malaga, Spain, in the mountains, nature powerhouse. So my gratitude is infinite for them. But yeah, that's it basically. I just summed up the story. It's like I was just unconscious, stupid, like whoever, and then I took loads of mushrooms, and then I basically like met God, because that's how it is. The only real conspiracy beyond all conspiracies is you're dreaming. Like, consciousness is a dream, and like you are infinity, you are God, you are the perceiver of everything, you are awareness. It's not a belief. You don't believe me, you can become directly conscious that you are God, you are the Godhead, you are eternal awareness, you are immortal, you can never die. And anyway, yeah, so the mushrooms kind of like broke me through into that. That's not even inherently relevant, that's some next level shit. But yeah, these guys are really on some like Buddhist, like next level enlightenment vibes, where there's a lot more space, a lot less fear. Super inspiring. I love inspiring people. I mean, I love people who inspire, I guess. But yeah, that is next level metaphysical shit with the meeting God and that. That's some next level stuff, but, or self-realization. That's not inherently relevant. But yeah, that's my story. I just took these mushrooms and I started to awaken. Like, I was asleep most of my life, and then I just started to question everything. And I started to listen to music that like was neurolinguistically programming me to change my beliefs. Like, and I was constantly like, where it was literally like I died. Like, basically, like the awakening process is like, for me, like when my awareness began to notice itself, and when I started to question everything and like really research and like just question, I needed to know. I had this burning passion for existential questions. My whole mind like unraveled over the process of like 2-3 years, and like my old identity like died. And that's what happened to Mr. Nature and Miss Sunshine to an extent. And you can do this. There's a formula for this. A lot of it potentially has to do with psychedelics, but not inherently. Breath work. I'm not telling you should do psychedelics, but that's it. I'm just saying that's what happened to me. And then I reached out to people who'd also had similar experiences. We spoke, went back and forth, and they've invited me now to come to Spain temporarily. And this is very expansive. I'm learning a lot, and I'm so infinitely grateful. And I could talk forever, but I've already spoke quite a bit right now. I didn't really plan to speak for so long, but yeah, I think I'm probably going to go now. But yeah, that's why I'm here and stuff. And yeah, there's loads of content on the way, so check out #OXSN, because I feel like this is the rebirth. Like, I have some space to reevaluate my whole existence, and that's what I'm doing. I feel like the neuroplasticity of the radical new experience, as this is the first time I've been abroad, is helping me shed my old unwanted habits. But yeah, we'll see. But yeah, go on my YouTube channel or search OXSN, OXSN, and Mr. Nature on Rumble, on Spotify. We've got loads and loads of extensive podcast and audio exports from Instagram lives and YouTube lives, so go check those out if you want to see conversations with me and him, and me and Ola. We've got one with me and Miss Sunshine as well. Yeah, so we're going to do some more shortly. So we're planning to make some music and to do a lot of podcasts and speak about a whole big range of topics. So if you have any questions, actually, please leave some questions. Pop up and leave some questions, and we will all, me, Mr. Nature and Miss Sunshine, will answer all of your questions if you have any. Or we'll go on YouTube Live soon, so let me know, and I love you guys. Yo, good morning people, man's out here on the job, and this morning I had an insight that I'd like to share with you, so let's do that quick time, I won't long it out. Basically, I went to the shop this morning, right, and this particular shop, the council or the local government, basically, they keep putting this fence up, right? So I have to go the long way round. You know how, like, in housing estates, there can be, like, houses that are